You know that famous line from The Wizard of Oz, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain? Well, video production is a lot like that. On screen, everything looks polished and professional, but if you had seen what was happening behind my camera before I rebuilt the studio, you'd be shocked. Cables everywhere, lights hanging from a curtain rod, yes, an actual curtain rod, held together with clamps and a bit of string. It's a little embarrassing. Tripods, sandbags, and mic stands crammed into every inch of available space. It was a mess. It was inefficient, and worst of all, it made my workflow unnecessarily complicated. Then one day I pulled the curtain rod straight out of the wall accidentally. And that was it. Time for a change. I wanted a clean, uncluttered, and efficient studio. My top priorities: better lighting and getting everything up off the floor so I can move around more freely and work faster. So I rebuilt my home studio from the ground up. And in this video, I'll walk you through the entire process, what I changed, what I bought, and how it all came together. Now, if you're interested in any of the components that I mentioned, you'll find links in the description below. For years, I made do with a setup that worked, but barely. My lights were mounted to a curtain rod because I didn't have a proper rig. My floor was cluttered with tripods and light stands, making it a hassle to adjust anything. I knew I needed to make changes, but I wasn't just looking for an upgrade. I wanted a permanent, scalable solution. Lighting was my biggest challenge. I needed a single, strong, soft light source that I could rely on for every shoot. My second goal: decluttering, getting rid of unnecessary stands and making the space more functional. Before buying anything new, I took stock of what I already owned. Over the years, I've accumulated a lot of video gear: cameras, microphones, lights, and accessories, Since I now focus on remote video production, most of that gear sits in storage. So my plan was to reuse as much of that gear as possible while only buying what was absolutely necessary. I stuck with the Elgato Facecam MK2. That's what I'm shooting on now. It's plug and play, reliable, and consistent. Sure, a DSLR or mirrorless camera would give me better image quality, but for me, the trade-off isn't worth it. I prioritize consistency, and this camera delivers exactly that. For my teleprompter, I use the Elgato Prompter, which integrates seamlessly with the Facecam camera. I've used everything from big studio models to tablet-based setups, and this one is by far the most convenient. It runs on Elgato's Camera Hub software, meaning I can control both the camera and the teleprompter from the same interface. No compatibility headaches, no weird geometry issues. To keep everything functional and out of the way, I mounted my camera and teleprompter on a heavy desktop overhead camera mount rig stand. That's what they call it on Amazon. Anyway, it clamps onto my desk, allowing me to swing them out of the way when I'm not recording. Small change, big difference. Lighting was my biggest issue, so I knew I needed a serious upgrade. After researching different brands, I went with the SmallRig RC 220B Pro bicolor LED Monolight. Why SmallRig? Quality gear at a reasonable price, similar to Godex, but more affordable than Aperture. This light is powerful, bicolor, adjustable from 2800K to 6500K, and it gives me full control over my video's look. Of course, a strong light is only half the battle. The real game changer is the modifier. I paired the SmallRig light with the SmallRig RAD85 softbox, a 33-inch diffuser, the biggest I've ever worked with. The result: soft, even cinematic light with natural fall-offs. Hands down, the best improvement I made to my video quality. To eliminate light stands and free up floor space, I installed 2 Impact Deluxe VariPole support poles. These run floor to ceiling, creating a stable rig for my lighting set. I initially planned to mount them across the ceiling, but they weren't really sturdy enough for that. Instead, I went with a vertical setup and added a do-it-yourself cross beam, right, from pole to pole, using a 1.5-inch PVC pipe. It's lightweight, strong, and inexpensive. I secured it with Impact super clamps and U-hook crossbar holders, then mounted my light using a 9-inch vice grip. Now everything is off the floor, adjustable, and rock solid. Now that the rebuild is complete, the difference is like night and day. First, my lighting is dramatically better. I have a single, strong, soft key light that's color consistent and completely dialed in. No more LED panels with fixed color temperatures. Second, my space is clutter-free. No light stands, no tangled cables. With everything mounted, I can work more freely and move around without obstructions. Third, setup time is virtually zero now. I used to spend time adjusting lights before every shoot. Now I walk in, flip a switch, and start recording. For now, I'm using a Rode remote microphone system and it works well, but I'm considering mounting one of my existing shotgun mics on an adjustable arm attached to the VariPole system. That would eliminate the need to clip on a lav mic and set up a wireless transmitter every time I shoot. I'm also thinking about adding acoustic tiles to the ceiling to reduce echo and background noise. In total, I spent about $700 on this rebuild. Worth it? Absolutely. My studio is now cleaner, more efficient, and produces higher quality video than ever before. What do you think of my new setup? Have you built or upgraded your own home studio? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear about it. And if you're interested in any of the gear I used, check the links in the description below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and follow for more behind-the-scenes video production tips. I'm Paul Gannon for ThoughtCast Media. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.